Ye old stomping grounds. It's where memories and no legends was made.
Everything was slopes.
Come on, man.
Including my go-kart. I think that was the last thing we rode here.
We still have it. We should revamp it with this engine.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Does it got the kill switch off?
You have the kill switch on?
No.
I didn't have the kill switch on. What a moron. Rolling going, buzzing it up. Brakes making a little bit of noise, but it's just where it's been sitting for a while. So, Lonnie's going to do a top speed run with the Tillotson 212 Governor. Nothing's been done but jetted. And exhaust and air filter. Ready?
Can I get a flagger? It wasn't pulling any harder. Oh, is that, I guess?
We haven't been down here in a while, but that looked pretty decent. And by the way, our guesses is 33 mile per hour, 30 mile per hour, and 36 is what Lonnie guessed. So see what it'll do. And that's it. That's all she's got. You gotta think it's governed. It's geared for top end. Yeah. Well, clutch.
What's your guess?
Well, I said 30. Braxton said 33.
Yeah, but after seeing it.
I don't know. I was looking at it through the camera. So
Grayson?
I'm at 28. I'm gonna go lower.
Yeah.
28?
Yeah.
All right. Well, top speed was 29.
So 29, average 17. So I was more correct than anybody. I said 30 to begin with.
And then you switch it to 28, so right in the middle is where it was.
29, which is more than enough for this thing.
Oh, and it gets up there quick.
Yeah, it's just instant when it takes off. Did it feel sketchy being so small?
No.
Was it comfortable?
If it went like 50, it'd be really sketchy.
Yeah.
But at 30, I felt pretty comfortable.
All right, so we'll take it back and start the engine swap and get lower numbers.
Jeepers, mister, you're really
Little baby mini back. Cuter in the button. So, we're doing the most un-American thing you can possibly do. We're taking good power off, put tiny power on. We're going to reverse of what most people do on their mini bikes.
Including us.
We've never done this, but we also said we'd never use 79cc. I said that. We also said years ago we'd never touch mini bikes, like 5 years ago. It's like, we ain't interested in mini bikes. Then we go to mini bike, and he's like, we're interested. We're interested. Why do I say things that are dumb? So today we're going with the old Baby Predator 79cc.
It's just as cute as the mini bike.
I know. And that's what I think belongs on this thing for our use, because Grayson will be able to ride it. And I've never put a CVT on one of these. I don't even know if it'll engage the CVT correctly with the power, so we're going to try it though. We're going to put a Coleman kit from Go Power Sports on this Go Power Sports mini bike. So it'll step up this tiny crankshaft. The whole kit comes with everything you need to step this up. And I didn't know this, but 79cc Predators have a tinier bolt pattern, and it comes with this flange that bolts to the bottom of the engine block to allow it to go on a standard engine plate. So that's pretty cool. So if you are choosing a Little Rascal for your own project and you want to put a 79cc, make sure to let Go Power Sports know that, because they do have a throttle bracket you'll see us using, because this has no throttle bracket to it to hook up to a go-kart. So they do sell a kit to put a throttle bracket on it, and we do own that kit. So we're going to pull off the gas tank and the exhaust for now. It looks like the same. I've never messed with the 79. It looks like the same exhaust flange could work for a 150. And next, it looks like the gas tank. You use an 8. Oh, key fell out of the crankshaft. Use an 8 to pull the three bolts out of it. There's that. There's your gas tank.
Middle ones?
No, you just have to find which one lines up.
All of them.
Alright, so if you're using a Coleman Cvt kit on this, we've learned that Colemans have metric holes in the crankcase.
Yep.
So what you're going to need to do is use 5/16 fine thread bolts like you would on a Predator. It's the same, of course, since it being a Predator. It's going to come, your Coleman kit is going to come with a bunch of washers because every engine is going to be a little different. And we're going to see, it should use all the washers. So with this kit, you're going to use the original key in the crankshaft. There's a lot of crankshafts in play in that. That's quality. The Power Sports gives you this adapter so we can use the Coleman pulley on it. Yeah, so use every one of the washers that come with the Coleman kit on this CVT set. There we go. So the Coleman kit comes with a small bolt. It's some metric size. We're not going to use that on this, so you're going to have to get a 5/16 fine thread bolt for the CVT as well. So we have a lock washer, and then this cone, and the cone goes outward because it works as a lock washer as well. There we go. So our CVT is installed. So these 79cc's don't have a way to hook up a throttle to them. We are going to be putting a cone filter on it, but we haven't got the flange in yet. I actually forgot to get it when I got the throttle bracket. But Go Power Sports has made this throttle bracket that's basically going to go under this arm on this throttle right here. It's going to go under, and it's going to use these two recoil start bolts. And they give you longer bolts because these aren't going to be long enough. So we need to use an 8mm socket. So we got those two out. You can see the length difference between, this is the original, this is the Go Power Sports one. And all it is accommodating for the thickness of this throttle bracket. So we're going to slide that in. We're going to use this neck. This is where your throttle cable goes inside. So we're going to use jam nuts to hold it in place. So we're going to set it about middle of its travel. I'm going to need to drill an 1/8 inch hole right there for the return spring that they include. It's going to hook there and run to this little eyelet that's sticking up off this throttle bracket. And then we're going to want to drill a 1/8 inch hole through the side right here. And that's going to be for our throttle cable to run through. And they give you this little throttle barrel to attach to the throttle cable once it comes out this throttle bracket. So we'll get those holes drilled real fast. Alright, so we'll deburr that and we can run our throttle once on the bike through this hole and put that eyelet on the opposite side. But we can go ahead and hook up our return spring, which has 2 loops. One's going to go, so we have that one side hooked. We can hook this other side just like that. We'll go ahead and take off the air filter because we are going to be getting one from Go Power Sports. They sell the kit that comes with a little flange as well. It's a little pod filter.
3 years later.
There we go. Keep that little filter out of that little gasket. And for now, we'll
look how tiny that little carburetor is.
I know.
He's so cute.
Rickety boo. That is a launch.
Jeepers, mister, you're really strong.
Oh jeez, choke grabbed.
Nope.
So we'll see if we can fit. Go Power Sports has 1-inch risers to hold this engine up there, and that possibly could.
Then yeah.
That's our problem.
That will do, I think.
So what we have concluded is basically this isn't enough of a riser for this exact mini bike because the CVT pulley was extremely close to the frame. So if we put 3 thick 5/16 washers, it's probably like 3/8 of a rise, then we was good. So Well, Go Power Sports sells this plate, and this is what we're going to have to use. This is so you can bolt on a mini bike and move your engine side to side. We need that because our sprockets aren't lined up, you can see. So we're going to sandwich this in, get rid of those washers we used on top of those spacers, because this is, you know, a 1/2 inch thick almost, and a super nice billet piece. That'll allow us to push the engine more to the right side of the bike. So this engine plate, you can see it says front and top side, and it holds your bolts in place, so you don't need a wrench, which is super handy. But this engine plate didn't have enough area to be able to bolt the engine down. So what we've done is went up about 1 inch, maybe 1.25 inches, drilled us a hole. Lonnie's going to take a Dremel and cut this section out to make these slides longer, so we still have movement in our engine with this billet adapter. So he'll get those cut out, and then we'll be able to sandwich everything on and see if she's going to work. So now that we have those holes extended out, now we have, you know, a good inch and a half of movement to tension our chain, as well as our engine can be offset now however much we need it to. So these go on the plate first, so you kind of sandwich these in between the plate, and you don't need a wrench. You just set down the risers, which we have right here. And this will be our spacing. You know, those risers are going to go down. Then our engine can go on top of that. And Go Power Sports does sell these risers by themselves if you don't want to buy the Coleman kit. So now, you know, we can get our engine on there, get the chain on. This one's catching a little bit. There we go. And we can align it to our chain, get everything tightened, tensioned up, and then we can start hooking up throttle cable. So, there we go. It is on there. So this roller, the more you push it back, the harder it's going to push this chain, but we're going to leave it like that for now. You know, it's got a little flop in it. No, we're not. We're going to tension that. Oh yeah. You know, if you travel north, you'll eventually travel south. But if you travel east, you'll never travel west.
You'll always be going east, yeah.
So I think we have everything hooked up. Ooh, we don't have the throttle hooked up, and we don't have an exhaust on it, and we don't have an air filter on it.
And we don't have a kill switch.
Yeah, we got so still some stuff to do. But while we're thinking about it, we're going to put oil in it. I'm going to give her a drink of some oil. Might have to cut a little bit of this casing off so we can slide, because it's going to have to be, I mean, we can move this as well. We're going to cut and get rid of all this. And this sucks because this has this little Makuni end on it, and I want to keep that to keep our cable from fraying. So we're going to have to slice and dice this puppy all the way down.
With a Dremel?
So now I just got to cut all these little dilly dallies off, because again, I don't want to remove that. Those are handy to have on there. All right, so Go Power Sports has this little flange that they made that slides onto the carb and then allows the air filter to go over. They made it out of like super thick 3/8 steel, so this will clamp, the air filter will clamp right on that. So we're going to use the original gasket, slide that puppy on, slide that on, put the 210 nuts on. We can put our air filter on. We haven't jetted this carb up. We may want to drill it a size or two. I mean, it's definitely going to take a little bit. I'm going to get this lined up with the port really good right there. Alrighty. Put this on with a flathead. We have a carburetor on there, and it's super thin profile, so it gets that carb in as much as possible. I do like how the choke on these carbs stick up like this, easy to get to. And then we put this fuel shut off, mounted it right to the frame, so we have a fuel shut off when we pull the engine. You know, sometimes it's hard to get this line off. So last thing is Go Power Sports. This is a prototype. Look how cute that little muffler is. But this is a prototype exhaust from Go Power Sports. It should be out within the time of this video coming out, or very soon, but it'll be linked in the video description. This is for the Little Rascal mini bike. It'll also work on a few other mini bikes, so check this thing out. It's for the 79cc on the Little Rascal, and we have our exhaust on there, our exhaust gasket already. So look at that, look at that, look at that. And yeah, I don't know how they had their engine set up, but it works. It's not touching this. It's like perfect fitting. And the best thing about it is Grayson's not going to hit his leg on it. It's completely out of the way. So with this thing tightened up on there, and I think we're ready for the first start. I don't know what to expect. I've never ever ran one of these.
It looks like it's made for this bike. It just fits in there perfectly.
Yeah, and the weight is like half of what a 212 is, of course. So this bike's going to weigh nothing. You could set this thing in the trunk of a car. That's what's going to be cool, is taking this thing to random places just to have something to rip around on. You can fit it in the trunk of a Focus, probably. Super quiet. Yeah, we'll jet it up. So we went up one drill bit size. We have this little set of drill bits from Amazon. We found out what size fit the stock carb, and like I said, went up one size. So let's see. I think we'll have to go up one more size. Great.
Good job. Kit.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
I don't know. Go through it again. It may be good.
It's going to be a fun little bike.
You
You
think
might
it-
have to keep the governor on for Grayson. For sure.
All right, let's take it outside, I guess. Don't even have to use a garage door. Hey, kickstands down. Or kickstands down. All right, just hang still down through there. So I'm just wondering if it's kicking into that next. What do you think?
70 miles to the gallon. So,
Oh, Miss Redbeard, we caught a wild Redbeard. Miss Redbeard.
yeah, perfect for a little kid.
Think it's
It'd
better
be
than before?
boring. No, the 212 is definitely stronger.
So I
For
wonder if it's
sure.
kicking in that next. Pull the throttle. All right, that's what we're gonna do. I forgot to adjust the throttle stop out. Okay, let's go. Let's redo this. So we left the throttle stop, the little screw for the throttle stop in there. So it should be a big difference now.
Hey, pulling them good though for a little 79cc. I bet with the clutch it wouldn't want to pull them.
I wonder if it's engaging to that next RPM.
Well, I just think it's a 79cc. If the clutch was on it instead of the torque converter, you wouldn't have gone anywhere.
I'm surprised that even. That's full bore. It's more fun now, though, because you can just full bore it everywhere.
It's like a 150. You just don't let off the throttle. Oh
Yeah.
that is Whoa!
I think it's going to be really fun for Grayson. Alright. Listen, top speed is not going to be that great. But I think top speed, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, it's going to be like 15. So, what are you thinking? I'm thinking 20.
I said 18 on the right here, so I'm going to stick with that.
Alright, 18 and 20. We'll see what the 79cc, and the brake was sticking, and we got that fixed. So, turn the road up.
Could be 40.
It ain't 40.
Not too shabby. What was it? It's 23 max.
Oh, 23 max. That's pretty impressive.
I thought so too.
And
it was the reason I went so far is because it kept slowly climbing. So I was like, I'm gonna see where it stops.
so once Grayson gets used to this, governor removal, and we'll mill the head and stuff. See what
This thing will do plenty for a kid, for sure.
I like it though.
I'm pretty impressed with it.
Yeah.
To be honest.
To be such a, I mean, the engine is so crazy tiny. That's pretty good. And it's got a lot of rideability now with the CVT on it.
Oh yeah.
And it's smooth though, because the 212
I
has
kind of
so
want to
much.
feel it with the clutch just to see how weak it would have been.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think it would want to take off with a full-size
It probably would have been awful, most likely. But,
yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah. Well, guys, we're pretty pleased with the 79cc. I didn't think it would pull that good because, again, the only thing we've ever had with the 79 on it was the old 80cc Monster Moto bike. So, pretty pleased. If you have one and you want to get a little bit more pep out of it, I'd say to do the CVT because those engines are so lightweight. I'm sure we can push a little bit more power. I think we can probably get that 79 to push out what a stock 212 would with a bunch of performance mods. So once Grayson gets a little bit, in control of the bike and learning how to ride it, we will do the governor removal, the billet flywheel. So stay tuned for some performance upgrades. I might go ahead and go buy a 79cc and build it up on the workbench so we can just do a real quick engine swap one day so we can feel the power. So if you guys are interested in see that, let us know in the comment section below. We are reading your guys' comments, so any insight is welcome. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check out those links in the video's description. They do help us out a ton to continue to produce these videos. We appreciate all your guys' support last year, and we can't wait to see what this year has in store for us. So hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and thank you guys so much for the love and support. We love you guys, and God bless.